Hey, what do you know? Went right to live chat. An error occurred. Please track. Oh, come on.
Well, we're on here.
We are?
Looks like it. Yeah.
Oh, we just can't see because.
You just can't see.
Now we just got to wait for people to show up.
Hey, Randy.
There he is. I hear you. We're going to have to get with you sometime.
How's it going?
I know not.
Yeah, we need to meet up with you.
I know not, what is it, 75 days or so? Hey, Jimmy. Welcome. Hey, JT's Adventure. Yeah, he has a cruise coming up in 75 days.
Oh, Randy does?
Randy does.
Oh.
Hey, don't you know?
Well, that'll be something else.
Yeah.
Is that your first cruise, or is that just
your first, or you've been on cruises before?
You've been on it.
Gonna get more people on here. Gonna do basically trivia tonight is gonna be a mix of both of these together. So that's will be our trivia for tonight. We'll do card from one, card from another, back and forth, back and forth.
Hope everybody's having a good evening. We finally got warmer today, and then the clouds rolled in, and
yeah,
I was doing some stuff out in the yard, and it started raining a little bit. Yeah. I said, "Up, time to take a break."
Yeah, there's even possible talk in the model. Something said about possible snow this weekend. It's going to get really cold on Saturday. So we'll see.
Yeah, Saturday's cold. A cold, probably cloudy day, right?
Yeah. So how's everybody's week going so far? I know Randy said going good. Gonna wait probably about maybe till about 10 after, see if we can get some more people in. Don't know. I know other people have live streams going on. Second time.
Ah.
Oh, good, Jim.
Is this the first one back from after the pandemic, or is it? We haven't been on any cruises since that happened. Don't you know? Says we're getting rain and snow tomorrow, but today was in the 40s and beautiful. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
JT's Adventure says it's been good. It was a nice day here in North Carolina today.
Another North Carolina.
Jim Spencer said mine was wonderful.
Yeah, we know several people over in North Carolina. Don't know if any of them will. I know one, if he does show up, it'll probably towards the end.
Randy says, nope, went on the same ship in August.
Oh,
okay.
He's anxious to get back on a ship.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose his sea legs.
Yeah.
I have to do that pun because there's a channel that we know, Sea Lake Journeys. And just because.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, Randy.
Yeah.
I hope you have a lot of fun and
So that should be what, I guess in May? I guess I'll be May. So it should be pretty good weather then.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, it's springtime.
Hey, Ed. Welcome. So Randy says the real first cruise was in 1984.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Hey, Hike with Mike.
Hey.
How's it going?
84. That's a long time.
Sure was, yeah.
I was just 3 years out of high school at the time. Hi.
Yeah, so you've been on multiple cruises then.
Mm,
Lot. Randy's World says, I'll get with y'all soon.
okay. Yeah, one thing we got to do also, and he has mentioned, is that bingo night Friday night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess they still have that bingo, right? Was it
Every
all
Friday.
through
Yeah, I think
the
it's every
year?
Friday night.
JT's Adventure says, I want to go on the Ren Fair cruise.
Renaissance Fair cruise. That would be weird.
Randy's World says, that was my senior trip. Oh, how
Oh,
neat.
wow.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Hey, Paralife TV.
Hey. How's it going? Hope you're having a good evening.
Hey, quiet listener. Welcome. And wait a few more minutes, and then we're going to get started with this trivia. And the trivia tonight is for those people that came in not late. We're doing a combination tonight. We're doing a combination of 2 trivia in one. Hey, Steve, welcome.
Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
Paralife says, Dan, even evening. Hope all is well on your end. Yeah, we're doing well. Thank you.
Every Friday at 7, but get there a little early.
How early is early?
Yeah. Do we have to open the door?
Paralife says, hi, everyone in the chat.
Yeah, because, well, fortunately, I don't work in the office I work on Fridays, but I don't work in the office on Fridays. So it's, hey, there's Ralph.
Hey.
That's what, I haven't seen you in a bit. Yeah, Fridays I don't work in the office, so it makes it easy to be able to go from.
Oh, Randy says about 15 minutes early.
Oh, okay. And
hey, Scott.
Speaking of which,
how's it going?
There's our other North Carolina friend over there.
Hope you're doing well this evening.
Yeah.
I suppose we could get started, right?
Yeah. So I guess we'll get started. So we're gonna get started on the trivia. So what I'm gonna do is basically read the questions one by one from one card, from one trivia, and then go to the other trivia and read those from that card. So back and forth. But it will do all the questions on one card and then back and forth. So the first one is, what is a cell phone called in Italian?
Just throw that out there. Steve is on his Farrah Fawcett kick.
Well, at least it's not Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, right.
That's going
so
way
what
back.
Is a cell phone in Italian?
Yeah.
Well, that should be interesting.
La phone.
Randy says la phone, yeah.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Telefono.
Telefono. Top one.
Oh, okay.
Wait a few more minutes before we're going on to give the answer and tell the next one.
Steve says no one knows. Time for
Oh no.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could tell them.
So the answer on that one is telefonino.
So Steve, you were the closest one there.
Yeah. Certainly not spaghetti.
Cellular.
Cellular. Nah,
Randy says, Fred, you got to remember who you are dealing with on these questions.
Well, okay. Well, here's a question then. What 2 colors confuse colorblind people most easily?
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's
Don't say the answer.
I know. I think I've heard of that. Mm-hmm. Hike with Mike says green. And
Hey,
red.
Paul. Welcome.
Red and blue. Green and blue. Red and green. Red and green. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan. Welcome.
Hey, Missy.
Hey, Missy.
How you doing? She says, I'm here.
Yep. So we got
Say
many. So the question was, what two colors confuse colorblind people most easily? Yeah, I timed my lunch hour so I could be on that thing with the meeting at the altar.
Oh,
It worked perfectly timing. They finished up just when I had to go in. Missy.
She always says,
Nightbot.
hey, Nightbot. Jim Spencer says green and blue. Steve says, I concur with red and green.
Yeah, it's red and green. Next question. What city has the most skyscrapers in the world?
Dan, the man, mountain man, saying hi to everyone.
Yep. Scott saying, kicking it country, saying hey to Jimmy.
Missy says Dubai. Hike with Mike, Dubai. Scott says, hey, Ralph. JT Adventure says Chicago. Randy says there's a teacher here that's colorblind. I could have phoned a friend.
That's a good one.
Don't you know, says Dubai. Steve says, whoa, Missy was lightning fast. Dan says New York. Ed says New York.
Well, this one says, Hong Kong. And Quiet Listener got it.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Good job, Quiet Listener. One of them big cities. Good one there. Next question from this one. Then we'll bounce on to the next card. By how much does the total population on Earth increase each year?
That's interesting.
Too much. Godzilla took them out.
We at 10, 14%, 100K, 25%. We're.
What was the question? Question was, by how much, it doesn't say percentage or anything, by how much does the total population on Earth increase each year?
Yeah, it's the world.
The world, yes.
Dan says 1 billion. Ed says 5,000.
Hopefully not 1 billion. We talked about overcrowded. So the answer on that one is 70 million. Now we go on to the other question.
Randy says, well, 20 people. Quiet Listener says 7 billion.
That's million, but not 70 million.
Steve says there's about 8 billion on the planet.
Yeah. Mostly Chinese.
It blew me away when I looked up how many languages.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't realize that for the whole world. Does anyone know that?
Yeah. Now reading from this question. How many languages are spoken in the entire world? That was one I was surprised to hear how many. Yeah, we were shocked because we heard how many languages were spoken in our own county schools. Like, yeah, too many exactly.
Yeah. 500, 200, 2,000.
Mucho.
Over
1,000.
Over 1,000. Yeah, it's over 1,000. I can give you that. It's over 2,000, Missy. Keep going.
Quiet Listener is getting close.
Randy says, I think the balloon was counting people. Yeah, I think they was counting a lot more than that.
Yeah, apparently they said there were balloons around the world and on every continent. They're doing something.
Yeah, that's
Maybe they're trying to figure out
frightening.
how many people got COVID from with their test run. Who knows?
Missy says 3,500. Steve 3,500.
Well, you know the answer.
Yeah, well, it's over 7,000. It's like 7,100 and something.
Yeah, quiet listener.
Yeah.
7,000.
Yeah, it's over a little over 7,000 languages.
I like Jimmy's answer.
Jim says I failed English. How am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that until I was looking up how many languages there are. I didn't even.
Okay, moving on. What is the name of the largest hot desert in the world?
Scott says, does Hickanese count? I'm sure it's in there.
Probably is in there. I would not be surprised if it was in there.
Steve says, wow, over 7,000. That's how many times Beltleap has guessed Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, I
You
agree
know
on
it.
that one.
You know it. Okay, we got some answers here. Gobi, Sahara. Sahara.
Next question is going to be real easy. Question was, what is the name of the largest hot desert in the world?
Randy says that big one over yonder. Dan says Gobi. Missy says Death Valley.
Quiet listener says Sahara. Sahara. Mojave. As opposed to a cold desert? Yeah, I just read the question. I don't. Well, maybe at night. Aren't deserts cold at night?
I don't know. I've never lived in one. I've never been to one, really.
Yeah, they
The
actually.
desert actually does get cold.
Yeah, they do at night. So the correct answer on that, and Ed retracted, but I know what you were saying. The correct answer was Sahara.
I could make says Antarctica is considered a cold desert.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Dan the Mountain Man says think deep, deep south for cold desert or desert.
Desert, not dessert.
Missy Brock says at night, yes.
Steve said joke. Woot. Next question. The 19th century goldsmith Fabergé is best known for creating what type of objects? People should know that one. That's an easy one. Hopefully, people know what that is.
Eggs, eggs, watches, eggs, more eggs.
Something that costs a fortune right now.
Oh, man.
Eggs. Eggs is the answer. If you had a Fabergé egg, it's probably the price of a dozen eggs is probably going to catch up to the price of a Fabergé egg.
I read something today that they're overinflating the egg prices because it's not necessarily because of the flu,
No.
the avian flu. It's just they're taking advantage of us consumers.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So we go from one easy to another easy.
Randy says, ding, ding, ding. We all got it right.
Yep. Next question.
Yay.
This is another easy one. I don't know why it's.
Paul says eggs went down to under $4 here.
Oh, wow, you're lucky.
Yeah, you are lucky.
Ours is still around $7. Now is that?
Well, I mean that it depends on which ones you're getting too.
Yeah. And now the question is that.
Connie, yes.
Is that Paul? Is that per egg?
Well, it depends on if it's you've got your basic egg.
I know, but you're not getting my joke.
I know
Per egg.
Yeah, per
$4 an egg.
Yeah, $4 per egg. Yeah, the golden egg. Hike with Mike says buy from local farms, much cheaper.
Yeah, don't know of too many local farms. But
well, there are around here.
You
just
have to
gotta
find
know.
them.
Yeah. Paul says LOL per dozen.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. I was just
the
kidding.
general.
Yeah, I was just playing
Uh
around.
huh.
What does the company Ben and Jerry's produce? I just read the questions. This is from the I should have known that category.
Scott says, dozen eggs cost as much as a dozen roses. Give eggs for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, really. Yeah, everybody should get that answer.
Don't you know? Says eggs are over $4 at Aldi.
Huh.
So we got ice cream answers here.
Yeah,
Everybody's got ice cream.
Everybody's got ice cream because it is ice cream.
Mhm.
That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
What is a chinchilla?
Paul says, and a band called the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Cherry Garcia.
Oh my. If it wasn't so expensive for a pint, I would want one. But they're so
Randy
expensive.
says rat, JT, and animal, marsupial, rodent, little rabbit, mammal. Rodent.
Yeah, I saw how much a pint of the Ben and Jerry's was at Kroger. I said, no way. Not spending $6 for a pint.
Cuter rat.
Cuter
Fuzzy
rat.
animal.
Fuzzy animal.
Bluebell is better.
Coat.
Oh, marsupial. I didn't think of that. So what?
The answer is a rodent, closely related to guinea pigs. Back to more civilized questions. I think I may have said this once before, but what color is the black box on airplanes?
Randy says right up there with them.
Naga hides.
Naga hides.
It's what color is the black box on airplanes?
I know that one.
Yeah. So do I. Seen enough movies to know what color it is.
We got red and orange, black, orange, orange.
Hey, Guru. Hey, Wahoo. Welcome. The correct answer.
Red, blue, black, orange.
Hey, PB on the go. Welcome. The question was, what color is the black box on airplanes? And we're doing questions from two different trivia games. Back and forth, like a tennis match.
Missy says, trick question, huh? Yes.
Yeah, it is a trick question.
You have to think about it.
Yeah, because is it a black box? No. Black box is not what it really is. It's orange. It's orange so they can see it, so if a plane goes down, it's easier to see. If it was black.
So why do they call it a black box? If it's not black.
Ask Google on that one. I know why. It is a trick question.
Missy says, I jumped the gun on that one.
Yeah.
Ed says, for some reason, the answers is coming up way before the question is, even when I ask on my phone.
Oh, you make sure you're on live chat. Yeah, black box does sound more mysterious.
Scott said Ben and Jerry's are a little too fruity for me. Well, all you get is like one scoop, and that's about it, right?
Look at Paul. What Paul just put.
This Connie with the deep question. Somebody's got to ask her questions, right?
Dan Mountain Man. Black box is like the black book people
Hey,
have.
Tuber Chat.
Hey, welcome, Kevin. Word up.
Dan says, black box is like the black book people have.
Thank you, Tuber Chat. Next question. On average, what is the maximum number of friends a person can stay in touch with? That's an interesting one.
Missy says, is a Tuber Chat real?
Yes, Tuber Chat is real. That's Kevin from Tuber Chat. Very much real.
Okay, so we got 3, 5, 3, 40, 6, 6. Oh, read
Yeah,
it
quiet
again.
listener,
And
so-
10.
On average, what is the maximum number of friends a person can stay in touch with? Yeah, Tuber Chat is the real deal.
Five, 3,
These numbers are very low.
46, 40, and 6. Paul says 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
Oh, we're getting better. Quiet listeners.
100.
So the correct answer on that, and quiet listener was closest, 150. I don't think I have that many friends. I don't think I know that many people, other than ones on YouTube. I don't even think I know that many.
Well, you'd be surprised how many people you know.
But how many you keep in touch with?
Yeah, true.
That's harder.
Ike with Mike says, I only want to keep in touch with 6. LOL.
This would be a question for those people that drink. Yes.
Steve says, I'm with Fred. I don't have 150 friends.
Why do you get more hungover the older you get? That's a drinker's question.
Yes, Steve, if you think about it, if you had 150 friends, you'd have to remember all their birthdays. I think you'd be broke from all that.
Oh my gosh.
Dan the Mountain Man says, I have to head back to work. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, thanks.
And playing. Hope you have a good evening.
Yeah, have a good evening, Dan.
Paul says,
don't work too hard.
Oxygen. Quiet listener says, I don't drink. Missy Brock says, dehydrated. Steve says, can't process the liquor. Don't you know, says, not as active as younger people. Paralyzed says they drink more as they're older. Alcohol poisoning, thinner blood, sugar intake too much, can't get rid of it as fast, less body fat.
So the answer on that is the proportion of water in the body decreases, dehydration.
Oh, yeah.
With age, which changes the body's metabolism. So those that said dehydration or anything to do with the metabolism, such as less body fat, all those are right answers. So good job.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Next question. Do elephants in zoos have a longer or shorter life expectancy than elephants in the wild? I knew that answer without even seeing the answer. I used to know somebody that was big on elephants and told me about that a long time ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Longer,
hey, GWT 181, welcome.
Longer. Scott says, Missy, last night on Jeff and Tootsie, I thought you had said you were going through something rough. And quiet listener says shorter. Steve says, is there what longer?
Life. Is their life longer or shorter? Really not their trunks.
While in zoo.
In the zoo versus the wild. But you know, it says longer. Majority is longer, except for quiet listener. I'll give a second to see what Steve says. And then we'll move on to the next fun group.
Jim says longer. Steve says I'll go opposite and shorter. Okay, so what's the answer?
Shorter.
Shorter?
Yeah, they have shorter life expectancy in zoos because they don't have room to move around.
Mm-hmm. They probably get stressed easily. I think they're an animal that would probably do that. I mean, all animals probably get stressed because they can't do what they want.
Yeah. Next question.
Scott says, Missy, that's why I said I was praying for you. Mike with Mike says, poor things.
Yeah.
Missy says, "Hey, that's every day, bro. Just kidding. I'm good. Just dealing with a 14-year-old boy."
Ugh.
Don't you know?
Teenager.
Says they're protected in a zoo.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps looking at them at the zoo.
Next question. What scientist is famous for formulating the law of universal gravitation? And no, it's not Kathy Ireland or Farrah Fawcett because they're not scientists.
Missy says to Kickin' It Country, "Thank you, sir. I appreciate that a lot." Paul says Newton. GWT says Newton. Missy says Einstein.
Murphy's Law.
Yeah, Murphy's Law. Steve says Sir Isaac
Newton. Fig Newton. I was
Fig
waiting
Newton.
for that. I was waiting for somebody to say Fig Newton.
Einstein.
So the correct answer on that one, and it's not the fig part.
Don't you know? Says Newton. Steve's got a
Fish mouth thing.
Belt lube LOL.
Only when he did the cartwheel.
Oh man, yeah, that was something else. Scott says Missy in dealing with a 11, 13, and 28 really 14-year-old boys. I'll trade with you. Missy Brock says too much testosterone in my house. Lord help me.
Lord help Scott with.
Yeah, teenagers. Anyone with teenagers definitely need lots of prayers. I tell you.
Yeah.
Especially these times too. I mean. Hike with Mike says Isaac stole the idea from his little-known brother Fig. Quiet listener says God bless and good night. I have to go now.
Okay, thanks for
stopping
coming.
in. We appreciate it.
Yep. Triple Barry Newtons. They were cousins, not brothers. But the correct answer is Isaac Newton.
I haven't eaten a Fig Newton in a long time.
I don't want a Fig Newton.
I used to like them.
I never could get into it. They were just too weird of a taste. It was that
because you don't like figs.
It was the texture of the outside of it that bothered me.
The texture?
Yeah.
It's a smooth cookie thing.
It was a weird cookie thing.
Are we talking about the same thing?
Yes. Getting back to reality
Missy
here.
says, Steve, no, the Fig Newtons are far superior.
What is the Italian word for ham?
Lots of Italian spoken tonight, right?
Yeah, it's another thing. I'm not going to go with the next question.
Hike with Mike says Capicola.
Not going to go with that one.
Oh, yeah. Prosciutto. Missy Brock says, for what?
What is the Italian word for ham? Don't like either of them.
Missy says bruschetta. Steve says prosciutto.
GWT says, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, so the correct answer on that is prosciutto. Which is good. As long as in moderation.
Oh, yeah. In moderation.
Okay, here's another. This question belongs on the other group of questions because it's another simple one. What are you eating if you're eating a Golden Delicious? Like I said, it belongs on the other group of questions. That's too easy.
Don't you know says prosciutto.
Uh-huh.
Hike with Mike. Apple. Twinkie.
Paul's
Apple.
Twinkie. Well, it's golden and it's delicious. It's a Twinkie.
Some people would rather have Twinkies than apples, though.
Yeah, true. Hey, Nancy Edwards. Welcome. It says apples.
Pears.
So the correct answer on that is apple. Not Twinkie, apple. On to the next question from the next group. How do you say hi in French? Not Italian.
Oh, it's not Italian this
It's
time.
French. Oh, next question.
Paralife says, I never hear the question. Oh, is our sound not?
Are you able? Well, no. Other people are hearing the question.
Oh,
Is it
bonjour.
Paralife? Are you check to make sure you're on live chat and not top chat?
Hey, Krubby the Beagle.
Hey, Krubby.
Hike with Mike says, I read somewhere the famous apple in the Garden of Eden was a pomegranate.
I haven't heard
Missy
that one.
Brock says, voila. Krubby says hello to PSV. Don't you know says, answers came before the question, and I am on live chat.
Okay.
Do you have to refresh?
Yeah, you may have to refresh your YouTube. If you have to, you may have to go out and come back right back in. Don't know why there would be a lag like that, but
Paralife says, no, I just never hear that particular question. I was distracted.
oh, distracted. That's
Paralife says, salute.
Yep. Your video is behind. Make sure the time your video is behind. Make sure the timeline is all the way to the end. Exactly. Because if the line on there is not all the way to the right, you'll be behind on it.
Yeah, that happens.
I've had that happen a couple of times. I was watching another live earlier today. I was like, okay, something's wrong here, and I realized it was like a quarter of the way back. I don't know. I must have hit it somewhere.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it does.
And a lot of times too, my live chat, I don't even don't touch anything, and it goes to top chat.
Yeah,
I don't know why. And then I don't see all the messages, and I have to look to make sure I'm on live chat.
Yeah.
Steve says it's okay. Fred will be glad to ask a question as well as sign language it.
Minus the sign language. I'm rusty on that part.
Did you take sign language in high school?
Not in high school, but I had learned some sign language long time ago.
JT Adventure says it's easy to do when you're typing. GWT says my phone does that when I type in the chat.
JT's Adventure on PC.
Don't you know says for me it was the Apple question that the answers came first.
Huh.
Ah, okay. So getting back to the question.
So the question on this one was,
which some did answer. I guess you can.
Well, this question was, how do you say hi in French? We already had some people answer.
Yeah. So. Bonjour.
Bonjour. Let's say it phonetically. Now, salute is hi. Huh. Yeah. Up.
Okay, what's the answer?
The answer is, well, there's two answers. Bonjour is right, but salute is also right.
Okay.
Salute is more informal, as they say.
The Paralife got it.
Yes, Paralife did get it.
Well, somebody else said salute earlier, I think.
Yeah, somewhere up there. I don't know. It's the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. And I can imagine what the answers are going to be on this one. What was the name of the two brothers who published the fairy tales Cinderella, Rapunzel, and Sleeping Beauty in 1812? And it's not the Newtons.
Steve says people use bonjour for hi. Technically, it means good day. Hike with Mike says Grimm, Paul Grimm. Missy says Grimm. Steve Grimm. JT's Adventures Grimm.
Yep. Okay. Just continue on there. Yes,
Yep.
it is the Brothers Grimm. Now we're moving on to Japanese.
Oh boy.
What are the Japanese poems with 17 syllables in the pattern 5-7-5 called? I know this one without even looking at it. I remember having to do this in high school.
Paralife says my kids are second language French and correct me on that all the time. LOL.
Oh, nice.
Haiku.
Raid? Domo arigato. Mr. Roboto?
Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, he did that. I
Kung
saw
Fu
that.
Theater.
Kung Fu
Mr.
Theater.
Roboto.
I knew that was coming up. Got the album, so.
Oh, now it's gonna be in my head. Playing.
Mr. Miyagi. There you go. Haiku with Mike.
There you go. Hey, that's a new channel.
His new
name,
channel
right?
is Haiku with Mike. Oh, that's funny.
Oh my.
The correct answer is haiku, not Mr. Miyagi, not Kung Fu Theater or Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto. What art style, probably people don't know this one, what art style is associated with Claude Monet?
Hey, Southern Boy Prepper. Welcome.
Okay, I know that one. Southern Boy.
Steve says, I'm sure Mr. Miyagi could
Actually,
do a haiku. I can't even talk. Impressionism, painting, dots. Wax on, wax off.
And guess who? He must have heard his name.
Uh-huh.
There's Belt Loop. Hey, Gary, welcome. Wax on, wax off.
Miyagi.
Yeah, I know Miyagi.
Abstract.
The correct answer on that was impressionist.
There we go. Steve got it.
Yep, a lot of people got it.
Mike with Mike.
Show sand the floor. Okay, this one Hike with Mike probably knows. What singer said, I won't be happy until I'm as famous as God?
Missy says to Belt Loop, here comes trouble.
Uh-huh.
Mike with Mike says Miyagi means the gift in Japanese.
Huh.
Gary says Kathy Ireland.
Of course he does.
Uh-huh. He had to get that in there.
And again.
Paul says I do impressions.
We got
John Lennon, Beatles. GWT says, oh boy, here come that girl's name.
Yeah. Closer. A lot closer. Hey, John Esper. Thanks for coming.
He says, sorry I'm late, guys. Hello. You're not late.
No, there's no such thing as late.
You're fine.
You come when you come. Yeah. Question is, what singer said, I won't be happy until I'm as famous as God? And God probably would strike that singer down. Because they'll never be as famous as God.
Gary says, okay, fine. Pamela Anderson.
Oh, good grief.
Said it again.
Well, he also said...
Along with Madonna.
This is an interesting question. So the correct answer on that, because we're just going to keep on moving along here, is Madonna.
Ah.
Good job. That must have been... Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Lady
Yes,
Gaga.
Missy. That's too sacrilegious for me. Yep.
Yep.
Lady Gaga.
Next question. Why are taxis in New York City yellow? Yeah, she is nasty.
Yeah. Gary says, granted, I had to say Pamela Anderson first. I know.
Figured that.
John Esper says, had to say Mariah Carey.
Belt Loop says, easy to see. Law. You go. She's nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
She is. To be seen easier, caution, spotted easily. Yep. The correct answer was on that. So they can be spotted easily. Good job. Next question for you bowlers out there. What is the maximum number of holes a bowling ball is allowed to have? Interesting answer.
Gary says, I was right again. Call me surprised. Three, four, three. Hike with Mike says no max.
Well, if it was no maximum, then you wouldn't have a bowling ball.
It would definitely be holy, right?
Yeah.
5, 4.
Oh boy, Bell Loop. Bell Loop, you said 3 first.
Missy says if it's more than 3, I got to look it up. He's counting.
3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good job, Gary. You know how to count.
John says 3.
The correct answer is 5.
5? I've
5.
never seen 5 holes on a bowling ball.
Well,
Hike with Mike says it would be a wiffle bowling ball. Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
exactly.
Gary says I figure it can't be more than 5.
Certainly not maximum. What food can be kept for hundreds of years without spoiling?
I can name one.
Yeah, you should know that one.
Steve says, could Granny bowl and use 10 fingers? Hike with Mike says cheese. Gary says honey. Steve says honey. Paul says Twinkie. Missy says to Hike with Mike, I have an image of wiffle bowling ball. Nancy says honey. JT Adventure says Twinkies. Missy Brock says honey. Paul says whiskey. Paralife says Skittles.
Skittles. I would think that when they came up with that question, that Twinkies weren't even thought about, because Twinkies probably last forever.
Well, it's
They
probably
you just don't want to eat them.
Sugar and preservatives.
Yeah, because all the preservatives. But the correct answer is honey.
Yep.
Well,
That's what I knew.
Skittles, I don't think I would want to eat. What is the name of a course that combines seafood and red meat?
Yeah, Steve says honey doesn't go bad. Gary says they found honey in Egyptian tombs that was still good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I would want to be the taste tester for that.
I think they say it crystallizes a little or something,
Yeah.
but it's still good. There's no problem with it. All right, we got surf and turf. Surf and turf. Turf. Surf and turf.
Yeah, he put turv. He meant
Turf. Oh, okay. That's why he's correcting himself.
He does whiskey.
Beaver nuggets.
I was wondering if that was going to come up. Good job, John. But yeah, surf and turf.
I'm sure that'll probably be.
Beaver nuggets, probably the way they are, they'll probably last for a billion years.
They might get a little hard over time. Gary
That's
says
okay.
I felt compelled to correct my spelling.
That's all right. What is the address of the British Prime Minister?
Missy says to Gary, they took KFC biscuits with them and had an amazing snack. JT says, is that the same as fish and chips?
Oh.
Gary says 10 Downing Street. Hike with Mike says 10 Downing Street. Missy says Windsor. Paul says 10 Downing Street.
Yep, it is 10 Downing Street. Also, the address for Sherlock Holmes.
Steve says
Missouri.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He's
Oh, no.
working with Biden. I don't know if he's
Actually-
if Biden's even there half the time.
Actually, Biden may think he is the prime minister.
Gary says, but I capitalized the street name. LOL. Very good, Gary.
What is the nickname of Manchester United FC?
Steve says Biden isn't sure who he is
No.
or where he is.
Or what he is.
Gary says I have no clue.
Stumped. Does anybody know that one? That was,
Hike with Mike says Red Devils.
he does know that one. So the correct answer on that, since we're only seeing one answer, probably is
Well,
as
Missy says a
a
bank.
bank. Steve White is like crying. Oh yeah, it's wrong one. Sorry. You can tell I don't know too much about Sherlock Holmes.
Ah,
221 Baker Street. Isn't Baker Street a song?
yeah.
So the correct answer on that one is Red Devils. Good job. What do H and O and H2O, the chemical formula for water, stand for?
Missy says no clue on that. Way out of my league. Hike with Mike says, who did the Baker Street song? You want me to answer? Hydrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, oxygen. Jerry Rafferty.
Yeah, Jerry Rafferty. That's her ringtone, so she knows it well.
Yeah, it is, actually is my ringtone.
Yep.
Hike with Mike says Jerry Rafferty. I just
Hey,
remembered.
Junkyard Gamer. It's hydrogen.
Gary says 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen.
Others. Yeah, sure. Next question.
Hey, Junkyard Gamer.
Who regrets being unfaithful the most, men or women?
Gary was saying Baker Street.
Yeah.
Gary says women. Steve says women. Missy says women. Paul says men.
What country?
What
Oh,
century?
what century?
What country?
So the correct the
Hey, Mike and Michelle.
Hey, welcome.
How are you doing? Paul says it doesn't phase women.
Both. So the answer on that one though is women, is according to this.
Junkyard says half man, half woman.
It was fun. Got to go later on. Have a good one, JT's Adventure.
Gary
Thanks for
says I
coming.
told you.
On average, do people who win a large sum of money in the lottery lose or gain weight?
Interesting. Gary says lose. Steve says lose. Paul says lose. Missy says gain. GWT says gain. Hike with Mike says loss. Too much stress trying to keep the fortune. Yeah, really. Or trying to run from everybody. Trying to run from 150 friends.
that you didn't know you had.
Yeah, that you didn't know you had. Junkyard says weight gain program, I reckon. Gary says too many hands out.
They eat all the
They
Twinkies.
can eat all the Twinkies. Too many bad decisions. Hike with Mike says big money often leads to big problems. Yes. Gary says most people aren't that bright. PB on the go says, "Oh Lord, I'm back. Sorry, been on the phone."
Oh, no.
No, that's all right.
No problem.
Missy Brock says, "I'd gain. I could hit up Red Lobster whenever instead of waiting until my birthday."
Yeah, so the correct answer on that is gain.
Shoot, you'd have to. You could have Red Lobster come to you, I guess.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
really.
have to get out. Gary says when they win money, that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Next question. What speed is normal walking speed? And that's not normal walking speed for slow people or fast people. It's just normal walking speed.
Gary says 3.3 miles per hour. Missy says 3 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh, Junkyard Gamer.
GWT says 2.5. Hike with Mike 4 miles per hour.
What did Junkyard Gamer?
500 miles per hour.
That's a $6
Steve
million
says
man.
2 million. $6 million.
2 miles per hour.
Yeah. PB on the go says 3.5 or 2.7. Junkyard Gamer says what?
I'm Sonic. Oh, that's right. His avatar thing on his channel is Sonic.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I forgot. Gary says 3 to 4 miles per hour.
So the correct normal answer is about 4 miles per hour, unless you're
says
Sonic.
Junkyard Gamer can keep up with a plane.
Oh, that's funny.
North or south walking speed? Is that going uphill in the snow both ways?
Both ways. Yeah, I remember doing that when I was a kid, going uphill in the snow both ways year round.
Gary says that is wrong. It's 3 to 4 miles per hour.
Well, it says about 4 miles per hour. So
Steve says with no
shoes.
As he's running. Gary says Google says it's 3 to 4 miles per hour.
Well, it's about 4 miles per hour. It's 3 to 4 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean that's
it doesn't say specifically for it. It says about. Why does your body temperature increase when you have a fever?
Missy said in the snow uphill.
Yep, both ways. Up to not include.
Hike with Mike says swamp hiking slows down your pace. Yeah, I know you do a lot of that hiking in the swamp areas. Gary says burn the bad stuff. Junkyard says internal AC. Missy Brock says fighting off sickness. Gary says it's trying to eliminate the threat.
So all ones that said fighting off stuff or burning off bad stuff, that's correct answer. Right. Body's doing it to fight off the infection. What comprises the layer in the stratosphere that protects us from the sun's harmful ultraviolet radiation?
Missy says at Junkyard Gamer, is that a thing? I definitely need an internal AC. Gary says ozone. Hike with Mike, ozone. Steve says ozone. Missy says gas.
The correct answer,
Junkyard says ozone. GWT says ozone. Gary says ozone is a gas, Missy.
Well, then she's right if it's ozone.
Steve says to Missy, the question wasn't what you get after eating cheese biscuits at Red Lobster.
All right, no personal experience here.
Mike says us hairband guys are responsible for the ozone hole. We used lots of Aquanet.
Oh, here we go again with the Aquanet
to make those ozone depleting hairdos. So that's why we're in such big trouble.
Oh
huh?
my gosh.
The hairspray.
Yep. Hey, is AutoZone? No, not AutoZone. It's Ozone. Ozone is the correct answer. Now, I don't know if many people know this one because not a lot of people have this. Who appears on the American $100 bill? Money's too
Well, a
tight.
lot of people don't even use the green
Yeah.
stuff anymore. They just use.
How many
the
people know what a
colors.
dollar bill is? Me? I haven't seen any
Gary
$100
says
bill.
Benjamin Franklin.
Not
Ben
me.
Franklin. Ben Franklin. Grant. Ben Franklin. U.S. Grant.
The correct answer on that is Benjamin Franklin.
Missy
about
says
them
all about
Benjamins.
them Benjamins. Steve says I think Grant is on the 50.
Yeah, I believe so.
PB on the go says I never have those kind of bills on hand. LOL.
Yeah, I don't know when I've had one of those in my hand last. Too long ago. What color are the goalposts in ice hockey? That's an interesting one.
Thanks, Gary, for sharing out everybody's channels.
Yep.
Hike with Mike says red. Gary says red. Steve says white. Missy says blue. Junkyard Gamer blood red. PB on the go white.
I always thought they were white.
Steve says it's all good at Missy Brock. I was just playing.
So the correct answer is red. What do you call a person who exposes misconduct or illegal activities in an organization?
PB on the go says I was just at a hockey game, didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I wouldn't be paying attention. You at the hockey game, you're looking for the fights.
Thanks, Michelle, for sharing us out. Steve says whistleblower. Gary says whistleblower. Missy says I'm usually pretty quick. Sorry. Gary says dadgummit. I was still typing the link stuff.
Nitro Freak, welcome.
Missy Brock says rat.
Rat. That's a good one.
Gary says you beat me, Steve.
Yeah, the correct answer was whistleblower.
Steve said thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Nitro Freak says hope everyone's doing well.
Yep.
Yeah, we're doing well. Hope you are too.
Good night, Jimmy. Get you on the next live. Gonna do probably about 2 to 3 more cards of each, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes, everybody check everybody out here, especially Meeting at the Altar. Very new channel, but it's Mike and Michelle from Our Home, Our Life.
Yeah, Meeting at
And
the Altar.
it's a great channel.
Yes, it is. You just joined under the new channel name.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Hey, Darian.
Hey, Darian, welcome. Hey. Almost home. Okay. Yeah, enjoyed the your Wednesday chit chat today.
Steve says just don't film in the Smokies. Yeah, really.
Well, you can film in the Smokies as long as it's not monetized currently. And we've done videos in the Smokies, and I've turned off the monetization on those. So, okay, next question: can you make your teeth whiter by smiling for a long time in the sun? Hey, I just read the question. I don't.
Nitro
pick
Freak
'em.
says Life with Mountain Folk. When's the new batch of car show videos coming?
Gonna be actually recording it. Well, I had one that came out recently, but I gonna be recording another one actually this Saturday. But I've also started a new series that's on Fridays. Um, what were they thinking? So those some of them are car related initially, and so you got to check that one out as well. And then so I have one from last Friday. I got one coming out this Friday.
Okay, so we have some no's, and Junkyard Gamer says, "Why is that? You can make a video of smoking mountains." Seems odd. Missy
Smoking.
Brock says, "You'll just get ugly tan lines on your face." Yeah, I know. Junkyard says no. Nitro Freak says, "I'll be in a car show Saturday.
Oh,
First
nice.
one of the year for me." He also says, "Spent the day cleaning the Camaro,
Camaro.
all day."
Yeah, he's got a nice Camaro. He's got a really nice yellow Camaro with black stripe.
Missy's asking Nitro Freak, "What do you drive or show?" Paralife says, "Night all. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for stopping in. You have a good night."
Yeah. Okay. Well, obviously the correct answer in that one was no.
Where do they come up with those questions with that?
Well, next one is, can you pass out when you are sleeping?
Oh, goodness. Nitro Freak says 1970 Super Sport Camaro. Let's see. Gary says, "I don't think so."
Missy says, yep. I do,
I do
every
every
night. That's when you're sleeping, not when you're going to sleep.
Gary says his Camaro is the bomb.
That is a really nice one.
That means good. Of
Yes.
course.
Yeah.
Junkyard says, "I take a coma every night."
So correct answer on that is obviously no.
Nitro Freak says, "Posted some new shorts on the Camaro today."
Oh, okay. I have to look for those. Why do passenger aircrafts fly at an altitude of around 32,000 feet?
Steve says, "Depends on how much drinking you did." Clouds. Gary says, "To rise above it all." LOL. To get there faster. To stay clear of birds and helicopters. Less resistance, I would think.
Yeah, it is less resistance. The air becomes thinner, so there's less resistance. So people, oh my gosh!
So peeps can open the exit doors and jump for joy. Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
So the government can't spy on you. Gary says air has resistance. Less air, less resistance. Yep.
2 cards to go. What are the names of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's twins? I have no clue. Belt Loop is stumped.
Gary says, "What was the question again?"
What are the names of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's twins? Who are they?
Lurch and Gertrude.
Lurch and
Echo and Jekyll. Hey, T and me.
Hey, Teresa. That's a good one, Echo and Jekyll. I'm assuming it's Teresa. I don't know if it's Tommy too.
Who and cares?
Who and cares?
Apple and Orange. Cain and Abel. Dumb and Dumber.
So the correct answer is even worse. Knox and Vivini.
I was gonna say Star and Galaxy, right?
No,
Seems like they all kind of name their kids weird things.
Well,
Bofus or Boofus.
Lupus. Oh, what was it? Frank Zappa had one of their kids named Moon Unit Zappa.
Oh
So
my.
that was
Spoiled
that's
and
worse.
rotten.
Spoiled and rotten. Yeah, I know that was worse. I am not even going to try that one.
I'll do a different one.
Which dried fruit are prunes? That one came up on Danny Griswold's recent live, which he has a live again tonight at 10.
Gary says figs. Missy says raisins. Steve says plum. Cherries. Plums.
Yeah, Gary repeated it, did another one.
Missy says yummy.
Yeah, the correct answer is plums. And I was the only one that got hit that answer right on his channel, so I was surprised.
Dingleberries is my best guess.
Dingleberries? Oh, this is weird. How far from the toilet should you keep your toothbrush so that airborne particles do not contaminate it?
Well, there's a reason behind that.
Yeah, I know. But
Gary says pawpaws.
I know what those are.
Gary says more than 6 feet. Steve says 10 feet. Missy says 6 feet. T and me 5 feet. GWT says 6 feet or 6 inches.
6 inches? Is it 6 inches?
Yeah.
Oh my, 6 inches. So the correct answer is at least 6 feet.
Wow. Social distancing.
Yeah, that's where social distancing came
Junkyard says in the Johnny Bowl.
Oh.
Our home, our life says ew, and medicine cabinet completely covered. Gary says yep.
I'm not going to read this next question because you talked about this next question earlier.
Oh.
It just happened to come up.
What? Oh, okay.
How is that coincidental?
Gary says it's a question of how far fecal matter can travel, I think.
Yeah, and I don't want to repeat that one. Ugh. That's why it's ew.
Gary says ask it anyhow. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, because some people weren't here.
Yep.
How many languages are there in the world?
What do they show it?
It's probably gone up since.
Oh, it has because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Missy Brock's been on the whole time, so she
Yes.
knows.
7,000. Gary says 168. Missy Brock says I won.
Yeah.
Yep, Missy.
Yeah, Missy Brock got it. 7,000. And the only reason was because we had this discussion earlier and
432.
6,800. Well, that's what this one said, but it's actually gone up from there. Next question.
T and me says, does foul language count?
Well, if that was the case, it would be probably about 12,000 languages.
Well, didn't they say it was French, right? Gary says I had to look that one up. Fecal distancing.
Can wolves bark?
Junkyard says I speak for the sailors.
Yeah.
Gary says French is a dirty word.
Sailors do have a bad language. Like a sailor talk. French is a dirty word.
Steve says no. Missy says yes. Gary says as much as dogs can. Junkyard says they howl and growl. Our home, our life says nope. Nitro Freak says hence the term swear like a sailor. Yeah.
So the correct answer on the wolves is yes. They rarely do so, though. So they do.
So yes.
This one is, I don't know, but I'm going to read it anyway. In what city did Quentin Tarantino write the screenplay for the hit film Pulp Fiction?
Hike with Mike says Howls and Growls, great name for a heavy metal band.
Yeah, it does sound like a heavy metal band. My house.
LA, Boston, LA, New York, LA,
Nobody's even remotely close.
Mexico City, Philadelphia, Dallas.
I'll give you a hint. It's not in the U.S.
Some liberal one. Paris, London, Paris, Quebec.
Not in the U.S. I lose.
Paris sounds good, Steve said.
Well, it's not good because the correct answer is Amsterdam.
Interesting.
What vitamin is received from sunlight? And by the way, this is the last card I'm going to read from tonight.
Bahamas.
D.
We all live in a plastic yellow submarine.
Oh my gosh, if you have one of those plastic yellow submarines, it's probably worth a fortune.
Steve says D, and Our Home, Our Life D. Gary says D, GWT D. T and Me says C. Missy Brock D. PB on the Go D. Junkyard says Deej. D's or D's. Teeth.
Teeth. No, the correct answer. Correct vitamin answer is D, not teeth.
Missy Brock at Junkyard says stop it.
I'm going to do two of these questions, and I'm going to throw in my own. What is the largest island in the Mediterranean? Like with Mike Beetle.
Gary says, I know, I said D before I said teeth.
Yeah. He has no clue on this one. Largest island in the Mediterranean.
Hike with Mike says, I am fast on the keyboard. To Gary.
Yep.
Sicily.
He is fast. New Heber. I can't pronounce it.
Hebrides. Italy.
So the correct answer on that is Sicily.
Ah.
Good job, Hike with Mike. Next question. Next to last question. What is the name of Winnie the Pooh's perpetually glum donkey friend?
Missy says, yes, I'm a high school graduate. College too. Embarrassing. Steve says Eeyore. Gary Eeyore. Missy Eeyore. GWT says Eeyore. Hike with Mike says, had to have fast hands playing guitar so long ago.
Oh,
now at this age, I forgot how to play. Missy Brock says, he's my fave.
Yeah.
T and Me says, hit the thumbs up for our friends.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is Eeyore.
Gary says, and I still know who Eeyore is.
Yep, it is
Steve
Eeyore.
says, I love Eeyore.
It's going
I know.
to rain.
It's probably going to rain.
Yep. I could like Eeyore.
Eeyore's my boy too.
And the last question, which is not from these. What hotel was Smoky Mountain Rain written in?
Gary says tornado sirens going off around me. Are you having rough weather there? Or are they, well, I guess it's not the time of night to be testing.
No, they don't test it this time of night.
Missy says Gatlinburg Inn. Hike with Mike says Hotel California. T and me says Gatlinburg. Steve says Missy got it. It's rough, yes. I appreciate that, but I am a hardcore quizzer. Hike with Mike says cold front coming tomorrow always brings threats of tornadoes. Gary says, and I support life with mountain folk. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you. Yeah, the tornado threat, it looks like it's east of Jackson area. So, but there may be, actually, now there's 3. It's east of you, Gary. Well, that's probably why.
Yeah, be safe. I mean, if you gotta take cover or whatever, we understand.
But yeah, you got some severe storms moving in there.
T and me says Felice and what Bryant wrote Rocky Top there too.
Yep.
So what's
he's
GWT says we all are having rough weather tonight from Louisiana, Tennessee.
Yeah, fortunately, we're not going to get the rough weather tomorrow. We're going to get rain.
Steve says rain for the next 4 days here.
Ugh. We got 2 days of rain and then possibly snow, we say.
So what was the answer?
The answer was Gatlinburg Inn.
Yep. I saw a couple of those.
Yep.
Hike with Mike says the panhandle of Florida gets hammered a lot with tornadoes during the cold fronts. We had a few scary times over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know. Everybody be safe out there, I tell you. I know we get, like with the springtime.
Yeah, rain now Saturday.
Oh.
90%. What
oh,
the?
my.
Yeah. And we got snow at night.
Missy says we're supposed to have heavy wind and thunderstorms tomorrow in Kentucky. Yeah, you be safe, Missy.
Yeah, they're showing. Well, I was supposed to be going to a car show on Saturday. I don't know how that will be because now they're showing 90% chance of rain, and then turning to snow at night.
Hike with Mike says luckily I'm a bit more in Central Florida. T and me says dang it, Millsap. Oh yeah, I see your Ronnie Millsap. Hard the hit on that one. Missy Brock says this weather's so weird. Thanks, Biden.
Yeah.
Junkyard says, is it warm your way, mountain folk? It's got to be 68 here.
Not that warm. I think we did get close to 70. It's 50.
It was nice today.
Yeah, it's 57 now. So, but it's getting humid. So we're going to get rain tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for coming to tonight's live stream and our trivia night. Watch our upcoming videos. And we'll catch you on our next one, and we'll catch you on other people's lives as well.
Steve said, game over. Thanks, everyone. Good night. Thank you guys for coming in.
Yep.
And we appreciate you stopping in and playing. And we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.